Well, hello everybody, it's BugEater64, and what we're looking at is the Nimbus HUEY UH-1. And this is just a real short, just downloaded it. It just hit the org probably within the last couple days, and we've been waiting a long time for this old lady to make her presence known on the org and in X-Plane 11. And we're just going to do a real quick, short flight. Just to see how she sounds and kind of handles. I'll do a more in-depth review in a few days. So let's get started, and I'll just show you a real quick flight. We're going to fly from KWJF in Lancaster to John Wayne International in Santa Ana. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are sitting in front of the business office and home base of Air America Duet and the Nimbus HUEY. So, looked everything, and this is how easy it is to start. We turn on the battery. Check the throttle, put it at idle. Turn on the fuel pump, force trim, hydraulics, and we'll reset the master caution and hit the button on my HOTAS for the engine start. I guess it just happened that when the aircraft showed up, that everything was set except those couple few items. The startup is good, but this right here, this sound, not impressed, but it does get better once we get up to RPMs. As I said, I will do a much more in-depth review of this aircraft probably in my next video, but I just wanted to jump in it, see if it was as easy to start up and get flying as other helicopters in X-Plane, or was it going to be closer to the realism of DCS World HUEY. Get the main inverter on. We'll get some lights. Nimbus did a good job showing the age of this old girl. Now that's much better. Got the RPMs up to speed. So we'll be taking off momentarily. That sounded pretty good. Now the force trim on this, trying to get takeoff trim. I guess I'll have to get used to it. But it was, she's a little bit temperamental with the takeoff
FSC
trim.
flight not started.
It's because it wasn't an FSC flight. So we take off from KWJF in Lancaster, get ready to head over the mountains and land at Santa Ana. She was very easy to trim manually, and the force trim, if you got her trimmed up and you hit the force trim, she pretty much stayed right where she was supposed to. Here I hit the force trim before I got all the trimming done, and she wants to buck a little bit. So she's got some nuances and some she's a little bit temperamental at times, let's put it that way. Get the trim under control, she flies very nice. Here I was still trying to adjust some of the trims, kind of get used to the old girl. So we were trying to determine who was going to be in charge, this old lady or me. I'm not sure who won yet. You be the judge. Okay, so we made it over the mountains. We're approaching John Wayne International. And at no time during this flight, when I was pitching, you know, trying to play with the forced trim and almost came to a complete stop a couple times, I saw no indication of VRS. So I'm gonna do a little more research on that, but if in fact VRS was modeled with this. It apparently is very mild. Around the hangar here and park on the road just around the corner here. So it's just a test flight, so I'm not too worried about where I park it. Just past the tower here. We're down. So we'll use the throttle forward, get down the RPMs. Get ready to turn everything off. But I'm definitely going to have to work on the takeoff. Trying to get a takeoff, however, was, as you saw, was near impossible this time. But again, that's because it's the very first jump in and just fly. So there's some real good hints in the manual that comes with it. It's not very big, not very complete, but it does give some good hints on how best to start this. It does have a checklist and some other things, so we'll go into it deeper at a later date. But that was our first little flight, and it worked out all right. The old girl and myself are still getting to know each other. But at this juncture, I would say it would be much easier to fly than DCS World. DCS World HUEY is a study level HUEY, and I wouldn't put this one at that level yet. Maybe as they continue to develop it, but it's still a very nice rendering of the HUEYs that were flown in Southeast Asia between 1972 and 1975. Okay, flight complete, sitting at Santa Ana, and Not a lot I can say other than that hasn't already been said. So, like I said, more in-depth review of the bird. She's fun to fly. I'll give her that. And the sounds are pretty cool. So, we'll see you real soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along for the ride.